Spoiler warning. I'll be talking about the first episode of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 in this video. If you haven't seen the episode yet, then I suggest you go watch it first and then come back here, okay? Okay, after 2 whole years, Jujutsu Kaisen is finally back and I'm very excited for what arcs this season is going to be tackling with. So to start, I would like to say how amazing it was that they were able to add more scenes and context to Utahime and Mei Mei in the abandoned building, what they were doing there and why they were there in the first place. It feels more natural and it doesn't feel out of place like how it was in the manga. So I really appreciate this entirely newly added sequence. The atmosphere of the hallways, the rooms filled with trash and broken shards, the eerie music playing, seeing through Utahime's point of view as she slowly freaks out, like the entire first half of the episode is literally like from a horror film. And this scene right here freaked me out because of the sudden animation style change. It's not bad though, it feels real as if I'm watching an actual person on screen. The movements feel fluid, their expressions have life to them. Like I am just amazed at watching this newly added content, but at the same time we get to see more of Utahime and Mei Mei, so it's a win for me. So as they were able to break free from the curse's spell, Gojo arrives and the opening starts playing, and from the first few seconds it started playing, I was already in love with it. Now let me talk about the opening, okay? Because I swear there are a few things I want to talk about. Firstly, seeing everyone hang out together happily is really cute considering we know what happens between Geto and Gojo down the line. I also love the opening's visuals, like this few seconds here where it individually introduces the trio. I am just in love with these few seconds in the opening. This is actually a blink and you'll miss it moment, but in the battle we see a familiar curse. Not that it matters, by the way, I just thought it was a cool detail. This particular curse will one day attack both Yuta and Inumaki in the events of Jujutsu Kaisen, which is a nice detail to be honest, considering it was Geto who also orchestrated that event as well. And once again, seeing more of Geto and Gojo's friendship on screen just warms my heart, but at the same time also breaks it. Then we have Riko just staring into the sea where all the fishes are above her. This scene here tells us about her actually. She wants to be with the fishes but can't because of her circumstances as the star plasma vessel, in which I won't go too much about. But I also could just be over-analyzing that part, and that scene was just there because it looked visually stunning, so that is a possibility. Then seeing Riko with a huge smile on her face as she waves to Gojo, Geto, and Kuroi, her smile is so precious. The opening has goofy moments and serious foreshadowing, and the animation just looks amazing. But I really love this opening from start to finish. Then we see Gojo teasing Utahime, and I love how she and both Gojo and Geto turns to chibis for this brief period of time. And also, I find it hilarious and adorable how chibi Geto takes his time up the stairs. Also, my god, Shoko is just so adorable. I love her whole vibe and everything. Mei Mei asks if the veil has been put up, and then we just get a hilarious shot of all of them looking surprised as we then cut back to the school with the 3 of them on their knees as the principal asks who was responsible for placing the veil. And I just love how both Shoko and Geto immediately pointed towards Gojo as he then starts to change the topic. But of course, he then gets a punch to the head, and then this might be my favorite scene in the episode so far. Just Gojo and Geto talking about their ideals in a game of basketball. I never knew that could be such a tense, way of showing 2 characters' ideals clashing with one another. You can just feel the tension between the two. And then Shoko looking so adorable in the background wearing Gojo's glasses, which is really adorable to see. And then we see her running away when things were leading to a fight. Then their principal arrives and tells them about their next mission together. To protect the star plasma vessel named Riko as she's being targeted by 2 groups. While listening to the principal explain to them about their mission, I just thought it was really cool to have them walking, moving from one scene to the other, as it makes it more interesting to pay attention to the scene itself, rather than have them stay in one place. Now the star plasma vessel is important because she will become the next host for Tengen, and Tengen's technique is pretty important in the Jujutsu world as his technique makes him evolve to a higher being, and they don't want that, which is why every 500 years or so, they find a vessel that is compatible with him and assimilate the two. I also love how Gojo compares Tengen to a Digimon, and seeing Geto's face reacting to that information gave me a chuckle. It was pretty unexpected. Then, as they were off to see Riko in her apartment, I just love the way these two walk together, so carefree here, as the two talked about the two groups who would be targeting Riko. And once again, we see here the differences in their personality. Geto is serious and humble, while Gojo is carefree and arrogant.
Huh? Oh?
As he rushes towards the window and rescues Riko, who was now falling. And this moment right here, it's just so cool to watch. While this was happening, we then see two men across the building just watching the battle unfold, as it is then revealed that this one is Megumi's father, Toji Fushiguro, and he'll be joining the fight sooner or later. And then the episode ends there. Oh, before I forget, I also love how in the first seconds of the episode, we get to see Geto's realization of how cruel and messed up the world they're living in is, and even get to see Mimiko and Nanako, these two girls in the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero movie, even if they were far away from the screen, as it serves as foreshadowing to his character later on in the series, so I really appreciated this. What a fun episode to start, to be honest. The animation was great, the character interactions felt real and genuine, both visuals for the opening and ending looked absolutely amazing, the newly added content with Utahime and Meimei at the abandoned building was really great. I really enjoyed this episode, and I'm just so happy to watch Jujutsu Kaisen weekly again after that long break. So yeah, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. See ya!